I think we want to look at all of the factors that go into police stops.
There he was in June, D.C. Police Chief Peter Newsham once again testifying in front of D.C. Council, albeit virtually this time because of COVID, about more racially imbalanced stop-and-frisk data. WUSA 9's analysis of MPD's most recently released numbers found between July 22nd and December 31st, 2019, Black people were 6 times more likely to be searched and 7 times more likely to be frisked by DC police than whites. That's despite the fact blacks and whites make up roughly the same amount of DC's population. Council member Brianne Nadeau asking Chief Newsham, what is MPD going to do about those concerning statistics?
So I think that one of the things we're doing is we've been reaching out to research groups to try and figure out what our stops should look like. Because you get hit with that number of a disproportionate stops, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, we got to do something to fix this." And if we do have to fix it, then we got to fix it.
Studying that stop and frisk data is a promise MPD and DC government have been making since last September, when the department released its first police stop report as required by the NEAR Act. Our reporting showed DC police delayed collecting that data for more than 2 years. And now we've learned district leaders are running behind again when it comes to the pledge to dig into the data, to find out why blacks are stopped and frisked more often than whites, and most importantly, what needs to be done to stop that from happening.
The role in which policing has in communities.
And here's DC's Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Kevin Donahue, 10 months ago, telling us the district was ready to move forward with its study.
The first thing we're going to do in recognizing that this is a very difficult challenge is we're going to bring in an outside party, an outside firm, to study it independently, to give them access to body camera footage, to give them access to all the data that we have, and make recommendations about what does fair look like.
Off camera, Donahue told us the bids for that research project would go out in the fall of 2019. MPD even wrote it into the next steps portion of its first stop data report, saying it was, quote, pursuing both public and private options to support this sort of rigorous and independent research, and that the department would be working with a team of scientists in Mayor Bowser's administration known as the Lab at DC to, quote, ensure that any independent researchers engaged do this in a transparent and scientifically valid manner, such as by sharing a pre-analysis plan to be reviewed by experts in the field. So who are those experts? We asked some of the top criminal justice programs in the country, and we're told if you're going to conduct a study on police data, this is the list you turn to. More than a dozen names, from police foundations to professors, chairs of university departments, to centers for crime policy. We contacted all of them and discovered none have heard from the DC Metropolitan Police Department. So if not them, just who has MPD hired to analyze its police stop data? And when will DC residents see the results? Well, we discovered the work may not have even started yet.
So what's the timeline on the research?
I'm sorry?
The timeline?
Just listen to Chief Newsham at that DC Council hearing last month. He appeared to be caught off guard by the question.
Oh, I don't. Do you have a timeline on it?
It's currently delayed because of COVID, but they.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, MPD has been calling this project a priority since last September, 10 months ago. So what was Chief Newsham's reason for the delay?
So a lot of the work on it has been delayed because of the public health emergency.
DC Police Chief Peter Newsham blaming coronavirus for his priority project remaining in the planning stages. According to MPD's most recent stop data report, the department now says it's going to rely on a partnership between those scientists at the lab at DC and the innovative policing program at Georgetown Law to bring together that team of independent experts to figure out the best, most fair way to analyze MPD's police stop data. So we called Georgetown Law. They told us even that hasn't started yet. Once again, citing COVID. So while DC waits to start this project, we've learned at least one other police department in our area has been able to move forward with data research in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. Here in Fairfax County, the independent police auditor has been working with a researcher at the University of Texas San Antonio to analyze the role of race in use of force incidents. And that research has been ongoing since February.